peck on the nose. The cat dog meowed in indignation, went back to his spot and resumed cleaning himself. Time to go. At that moment, our clan noob Crag was waiting for my signal so he could climb into the capsule at the same time and enter Great Dis after completing the adult registration procedure. "Let's go," the message went to Tobias, Ed, and Hung all at once. Crawler and Bomber awaited us in the clan fort's tavern, ready to celebrate our breaking out of the sandbox. "We're waiting. Jump with the noob ganker right after you register," Crawler answered. Bomber immediately chimed in. "Don't even think about leaving the guest room. There's a whole rally of those damn preventers out there." Throwing off my clothes, I approached the Altera Vita, my new capsule issued by Snowstorm for reaching Class L, the maximum initial threat potential. They released the capsule in a limited edition series. When they brought it in, Dad shook his head in envy. I can imagine the dens of iniquity he'd love to visit if only he could use the capsule. The capsule used consumable cartridges to provide intravenous nutrition, hydration, and first aid. In addition, it could influence one's emotional state, and an active intragel stimulated the muscles and massaged the body. If I wanted to, I could immerse myself for several days. If I had someone to swap out the consumables, I could do even longer, but such long periods of immersion weren't good for you anyway. "Initiate immersion," I commanded. "Understood, Alex." In a capsule configured and trialed in test worlds, the immersion site was set to Disgardium by default. The intragel quickly filled up the space. The capsule took control of my body, and 3 heartbeats later, I hung in a sterile vacuum of limbo. A huge game world appeared underneath me, and the outlines of its 6 continents broke through the clouds. "Welcome to Disgardium, Alex. You have reached an age threshold, Alex. Your character will be moved out of the sandbox. You must regenerate your character. Attention, because you are a threat, the game nickname Scyth cannot be changed. Attention, because you are a threat, the game class Herald cannot be changed. You can change your faction, race, and appearance." Deciding to change only my appearance, I enlarged the window with my character model. I saw that the system had updated my previous form of a 14-year-old boy. My face was rougher and harder, I was taller, my shoulders were broader. Thinking for a moment, I dragged the age slider to the right, adding on another 10 years. After a moment's hesitation, I changed my eye color as well. My real eyes are green, but in the game, they'd be blue. This avatar would be permanent, and as it happens, people take adults more seriously not only in the real world, but in Dis too. All done. Character successfully generated. The system showed me the character profile and moved on to the final stage of registration. "Scyth, do you want to claim a reward for being online, or do you prefer a permanent plus 5% experience bonus? You can change your choice at any time in the future." I chose the second one, because payment for being online could earn you no more than 30 phoenixes a month, and only if you practically lived in the game. 5% to experience, on the other hand, was a big advantage in the higher levels. I skimmed the profile to make sure everything was all right. At the same time, I changed my privacy options, resetting them to the defaults. Only my nickname, class, and level remained visible. Taking a deep breath, I confirmed the selection. My interface disappeared. I started to fall down, to the Lateria. The earth rushed up to meet me, and I could make out the tall, colorful houses and broad streets of the capital of the Commonwealth. Suddenly, everything went black for an instant. Then noise, light, and smells crashed down on me. Operation Breakout had begun. The room smelled of dust and age, although everything looked clean. The high windows were overshadowed by the foliage of trees. Not enough daylight got in, so lanterns burned on the walls. In contrast to my first visit to Tristad, there were far more new players who had chosen Darrant as their starting zone. Several hundred humans, elves, gnomes, dwarfs, and other races of the Commonwealth bustled through the town hall's guest room, pressed up against the registration desks or just staring around and feeling their arms in awe. The latter were always new players, in Disgardium for the first time. Looking around, I felt a cold sweat. A huge area the size of a hangar filled with lively players of all species, ages, and genders, all shouting over each other. But even among the